Now, the Food and Drugs Authority is concerned about the growing trend of shisha usage among young people, especially in some senior high schools in the Ashanti region. The authority has also observed the abuse of other forms of drugs and indicates the trend poses a threat to the future of the young people involved in this act. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
Smoking shisha involves inhaling flavored tobacco through a water pipe. Shisha contains tobacco, which has nicotine and can lead to addiction. Public health organizations, including the World Health Organization, warn that smoking shisha can be as harmful, if not more so, than smoking cigarettes. However, the FDA is worried that the trend among students in some senior high schools is alarming.
Of course, yes, students, they are abusing the drugs. They are abusing the drugs, especially with the introduction of shisha. You know, this is a modern way of introducing cigarettes into the system, and it's targeted to the youth. So they are using it. In fact, they don't know that it's also a form of tobacco. And I think with this information, they are enlightened. Yes. So they are going to put into use now that they know that it's also a form of tobacco, and then going forward, they will know how to desist from it. Yeah.
In terms of percentage, the usage of this shisha in the Ashanti region, how is it?
Of course, I can't give you a figure, but looking at various schools that we have visited, I can say it's on the ascendancy. I mean, it's on the increase, the use of this shisha product, yes.
The FDA, in partnership with KIDA Network, has intensified engagements with students in senior high schools to sensitize them about the dangers and consequences of drug abuse. A regulatory officer with the Food and Drugs Authority in the Ashanti region, Prince Osei Owusu, calls for stronger collaboration between the Ghana Education Service and the FDA to combat drug abuse among young people.
Well, I think the Ghana Education Service should also collaborate with the FDA so that we can have access to most of these schools, because this is where the youth are more concentrated. Yes, so if the Ghana Education Service can link up or collaborate with the FDA, I think we can visit most of the schools.
Group coordinator for KIDA Network, Dia Williams, emphasized the need for more awareness creation on the consequences of drug abuse and addiction.
We expect to create more awareness because we believe the voice out there is not loud enough, so we've added our own to it to educate not only the youth but the general public on health, on the risk that involves drug abuse, drug addiction. I believe we all see people, we've heard of stories, and we know what is causing in the community or the country or wherever we find ourselves. So the picture is to create more awareness.
During one of these engagements at the T.I. Ahmadiyya Senior High School, some students expressed commitment to avoiding all forms of drug abuse after learning about its dangers.
One thing I also learned is that those things harm our liver, our heart, most of our important systems.
I would encourage that we students should avoid taking bad drugs or like drugs that will not help.
Drug abuse is not safe, and it is not a better practice for anyone to practice. And the moral lesson I've learned from what they told us is that any form of tobacco is not safe, whether it is chewed, smoked or snuffed.
The FDA believes young people will learn to stay away from negative acts if more education is given to them.
The Food and Drugs Authority is worried about the rate at which students, especially in senior high schools, abuse drugs, and are thus calling on the Ghana Education Service and other relevant stakeholders to intensify enforcement and sensitization to reduce the trend. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Kumasi, Ashanti Region.